Hey BookTube, it's Mia and you are watching Select Pages. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a book review, and this is a shocker for me for how much I enjoyed this book, because I went into it like, I know I'm gonna hate it. Everybody else hated it. Why am I even reading this? And to keep you guys in not suspense anymore, Sarah J. Maas, A Court of Frost and Starlight. Yeah, if you was listening, you heard me say I enjoyed this book, even though I'm probably in like the 1% who did enjoy it. Wow, so we're just going to jump right into it. I gave this book, believe it or not, I gave it a 4 stars. I liked it. Well, yeah, I gave it a 4. I gotta say, beginning like the first maybe like 50 to 60 pages. Yeah, because I didn't start tabbing until after that. I was completely confused. And I'm going to tell you why. Because this takes place after the war. They are rebuilding. I believe they're still in Prithian. So they're rebuilding it. The war is over. The town was destroyed and yada, yada, yada. And I was not a fan of ACOFAS, so I kind of like rushed through the book. So I forgot a lot of the stuff that happened. I was like, they was talking about people and events, and I'm just like, huh? What? But once I got past that part and we just started to dive into the main characters of the book here, and then that's when the story just kind of started picking up for me. So we're going to skip that first half of the book, and we're going to talk about the second half and some comments that I've heard people making about the book, about why they didn't like it. First off, everyone thought that this was supposed to be like its own book. When it came out, it was said that it's not its own book. It's still a novella. It's just kind of bridging the gap between the ACOFAS series and whatever else she's about to start doing next. And I think that's exactly what it did, to be honest with you. It didn't really have a plot. It didn't really follow no real storyline. It just followed the characters after the war. That's it. It was a fun read. So, jumping into some of the comments that people made about the book, they said they felt like, I guess we'll discuss Feyre first. They said Feyre was still whiny. Feyre still couldn't make up her mind about anything. You know, she was kind of like just there. And to me, I do kind of agree, because she's like, you know, she's walking around the city and she's moaning and groaning about spending money. And, you know, this money can go towards this, and I can't believe I'm rich now, and all of that stuff. But on the flip side, though, you got to remember that, I don't know why I'm doing my hands back. You got to remember that Feyre came from, you know, a poor family. If I remember correctly, they wasn't always poor, but, you know, when the series first started, she's out there hunting for food. Yeah, so I think she would be a little apprehensive about spending money that she hasn't had before. It's something that's new to her, so everybody's beating her down for that. Yeah, she drones on and on about it. It's like, look, chick, if you want to buy it, just buy it. You know, it's like, do it. But I can understand where she was coming from with the whole gift buying thing and everything like that. So it's supposed to be like Christmas time here. They had a scene when Feyre was talking to her sister, Aline, and Feyre's all like, well, I don't know what to buy them, and I don't want to spend the money on stuff that they really don't need. And Elaine is like, just do it. Like, first of all, this is what they do, the Fae do, and it'll be like an insult if you don't buy them something, if you don't get them something extravagant. You're a Fae now, be a freaking Fae. And I loved it. Like, yeah, just do it. And I'm just gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave it alone. Next, we'll talk about Rhysand, which I still think he's so hot for a character. And everybody kept talking about how he was just a horn dog. All he had was sex on the mind. And once again, I can see where people were saying that at. But on the flip side, it's like, okay, these guys, I believe like it was only supposed to have been like a couple of months since they mated. Maybe a year, I don't really remember, but it's like they're pretty much newlyweds. That's what you are when you're in that beginning stages of a relationship, when you just can't keep your hands off each other, and you just gotta have each other. That's how I read into the book. Yes, I could have done without the sex scene in the sky, and I totally skipped their last sex scene in the book. The last couple of, chapters. I totally skipped it because I wasn't interested in it. But I get the whole concept of them just having to have each other, even with them having their friends over for Christmas dinner, solstice dinner or whatever, and they they're just thinking about it or whatever, and everybody in the room knows. Was it overly done? Yes, but I get it. Been there. So maybe that's just what it is. I don't know. Next one, let's talk about favorite sisters. First and foremost, I am so glad that they gave Aline something to do. The last thing I remember about Aline was her just gazing out the window, like she wouldn't talk, but she was supposed to be like a seer. A seer that doesn't talk. And she was just like really, 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 really boring. So I'm glad that they gave her ass something to do. She was in the kitchen. She was like, oh, I'm going to keep house. And I'm loving her little secret crush on Azrael. I know he likes her. That's the couple that I ship. That's the couple that I want to see. Okay. So I'm glad they did a little bit more for Karen. I'm glad that she spoke out a little bit more. Then you got everybody who's talking about Nesta, the bitch. Nesta has every right to be a bitch. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay, Nesta was her happy-go-lucky self, even though she treated Pharaoh wrongly by making her go out and hunt and all that crap. But then everything gets turned around. She gets kidnapped and gets turned into a fae against her own will. This was something that she never, ever wanted. And now everybody's all like, come on, Nesta. Come join us for solstice dinner. You don't come over and visit anymore. Why do you keep avoiding us? And Nesta wants nothing to do with them. And I love it. And I don't understand why nobody else gets that. Nesta's like, Jen, please. Like, you brought me into this world, even if it was out of your circumstances, out of the hands of your control. But you bring me in here, and now you want me to just, I'm just going to go have fun. No, it doesn't work like that. Nesta's all like, no. Not only am I not going to participate, but I'm going to live in the worst part of town and feel sorry for myself and make you feel like shit. And then the way she's treating Cassian is just like, she's like, bruh, I know you like me and everything, but no, it ain't going to happen. I'm going to make you have to really fight for this shit to begin with. And secondly, I don't like you, but we know they're in love, so it's okay. It's okay. Yeah, so I'm loving the Nesta character. I'm loving the fact that she's a bitch. And I hope they keep that going for a while because, sometimes in like YA, like stuff just gets fixed way too fast and you're like, but why? She has every right to be upset. And if she doesn't want to participate, why be upset about it? Which is all I gotta say. So yeah, they talked about, what else? Everybody kept talking about the snowball fight scene. It was like, what was the purpose of the snowball fight? I'm like, maybe to give them a little human characteristics. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, they did just survive a big ass war. Rhysand did technically die and come back. Feyre did some shit. Why not have a nice snowball fight? They got the snow, and then it being, between the three guys, or gentle males as they're called in the book, I think. I thought it was cute. I think it was just like that normal part that was like, this is what they do. It's a tradition for them. And it's something that we as humans kind of take for granted. Like, when's the last time you actually went out and played in the snow? Like one of those kind of things. When was the last time you did something that was just fun for you, your loved ones, your families, your friends, or whatever the case may be? So I absolutely love that scene too. And I love that it wasn't dragged out. It was like, it was there, it happened, it was over, moving on to the next scene. I loved it. Touched on more, and what's her name? I forget her name, but the one who was the creature and now she's like fae/human now. I cannot remember her name, and I don't feel like looking through the book to remember it because I know I'm not going to find it. The whole thing about her having to learn how to use the bathroom and learning how to eat and stuff. Yeah, that was something else that was kind of like, I don't get why that was part of the book. Why can't she just say, yeah, I'm still adjusting? But it is what it is. And I did not read the last excerpt at the end of the book, which I guess is supposed to be Nesta and Cassian's story. Only because I figured if I do decide to continue on with this series, it's going to be in the next book. It's probably like the first 2 or 3 chapters in the next book. So, I mean, like for me to read it now and then reread it again, it's like, I'm not going to remember it. So, so I will just read it then. Like I said, if I decide to go on with the series, which I'm debating now because I didn't plan on reading this book, and I'm actually glad that I did. So, yeah, I might. I don't know. Anyways, that's it. That's the wrap up. That's the review. Like I said, thanks for watching. Subscribe and all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, loves.